That's September on.
Months. And then we try to reconcile then. I'd stay for like 3 days, but within those 3 days it just showed like no way.
Yeah, they weren't going.
Monsters are real.
Police department. That's fucking weird. Okay.
Like and share.
Why is it so creepy? Damn, the door's locked, bro. Sorry, I got one over here. Cabinet's all empty. Pantry's empty. We have 2 closed doors on the right. Before that. Security. Straight across. Police department. What the? Yeah. That's nice. Yeah. That's gonna be closed.
Seems like somebody. I got it.
Huh?
I got it.
Oh shit. That's on the left.
And I asked that question to Ray in the video, and once again, to get an answer. I said, are you purchasing lists of Americans that are anonymous and then using technology to penetrate the veils of anonymity?
Huh? Oh, that's not good at all. Oh, what the? Oh, that's code 24.
Yes, it is.
All right, let's hold this and 936-833. We got a 10-7. Affirmative. It's going to be code 24.
Cynthia Berenson, 69, was found seated upright in her shower, the water slightly turned on, her body left to decompose. Cynthia had a history of domestic issues with her son, Dylan Waller, which included a restraining order against him for violence. 5 months after the discovery of poor Cynthia, her son was arrested on unrelated charges. The detectives went down to the Donna Ana County Detention Center to have a chat with Dylan.
I'm Detective Melinda. This is Detective Money.
What's up, guys? Chilling.
So,
But it wasn't really at that time to like move back in and shit.
okay. Outside of that, did you guys have any other dealings, phone calls,
Can't really say.
like supplement stuff? Did she send you money?
Oh no. The only other time she actually really helped me out was I was last locked up. Was it 2020? She put $100 bail on me, and then I continued with court, and then I turned myself in to do those 3 months, and then we tried to reconcile. Then I stayed for like 3 days, but within those 3 days, it just showed like no way.
Yeah, it didn't work. Okay. But as far as that September, from September on,
The thought of this being the last face that poor Cynthia ever saw is too disturbing to contemplate. Could he really have done this to his own loving flesh and blood mother?
but as far as that September, from September on, she didn't funnel you money, didn't
No.
give you anything, any help out or anything like
No,
that?
sir.
Okay, so how would you get stuff? How would you pay for stuff?
Well, I actually get SSI.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm disabled from cancer.
Okay.
I had what you call Ewing sarcoma / bone marrow cancer. So I had tumors on my pelvis and my hip. So I had my right pelvis and half my hip removed.
Okay.
Yeah, so even though I've been homeless, I've been able to, pay for like say a hotel here and
Yeah.
there, then this saves what I
And
need.
that's directly to you, right?
Directly to me.
Okay, is that like through a card? Or
Yeah, I get it on my Citizens Bank,
Okay, and it's your account.
my account.
Okay, is she on that account at all?
No.
Okay. So, in regards to like, having any additional contacts, or you haven't had any contact?
No, sir.
Okay. Have you made any trips, like in the last year, out of state, out of country, or anything like that?
No.
Nothing like that. Okay. Have you ever had access to your mother's cars?
No.
No. Okay. So this is where it's going to get important when we talk about things about basically your last contact with your mom.
Okay.
Okay. Your mom's deceased.
What
Yeah.
do you mean?
Your mom's deceased.
You're bullshitting.
No. So
How could she be deceased?
your mom was found November 21st of last year at her house, deceased.
How the hell am I just hearing about this now?
I don't know if you're just hearing about it now. That's what we're here to talk to you about. You've been gone and for the last 8 months, okay? So the reason why we're asking you questions and we come here and we ask you specific things is because we're trying to lay out a timeline, okay? And find out what's going on. And I already know you've told me a couple untruths. I'm not gonna call them lies yet, but you've already told me some untruths. So it's important that we sit down and we talk and figure out what's going on, what happened, did anything happen, did you walk into something? Excuse my language, but shit needs to be put on the table today. Okay, because right now, I've got a couple holes already from what you just told me in the 5 minutes I've been here. So, compose yourself and let's talk. Because I didn't just come in here out of the blue, right? So I need you to be straight with me as much as you can. Good, bad, indifferent, whatever it may be, today's the date.
Alright, here's the real scoop. I ended up meeting this transgender online and everything. And me and my mom, we went to go get her and stuff. And we get there, I was living with mom for like the last year and stuff. And whenever we were out doing our business and everything, we came back and found her deceased. And I knew I had warrants at the time, so I didn't actually call anybody. I didn't know what to do. And I first thought about fleeing the country, but then I just didn't know what to do.
Okay. So,
because I had a key and everything, and I opened the door, you know, and, you know, I'm like knocking on my mom's door, like, Mom, hey, I'm here. Finally, I open it and everything, and I see her and everything, and I'm just like, Mom? I don't know, maybe it was like 3 days, because she was already like puffy and shit. So, that's pretty much the reality of it. I found her deceased and I didn't know what to do.
okay. So, you end up, this transgender, what was?
She goes by Bianca. I don't know her actual real name.
So you guys end up over there, you load up the car, you end up down in Tijuana.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, actually, you guys cross?
Yeah, well, I crossed over. She said she needed to do something to make sure, like, her food stamps and everything was still able. She was supposed to come back the next day, then she wound up lagging.
She kept the dogs, right?
Yeah, she wound up lagging, and then all of a sudden, I hear that she gets arrested or something, and then the dogs, I guess, were gone, and that's when I started, like, what the to do? I didn't know what to do. So then I just crossed back over, and yeah, this is just something I've been, like, it's just bound to happen.
Yeah. So loading up the car, describe what you loaded.
Oh, just like, you know, necessities, shower gel, clothes, pretty much that, dog food and this and that. Cause like, yeah, like I said, we were gonna go to Tijuana, and I was like, cause like I said, I was like, I got warrants and this and that. I was like, what do I do? I was like, do I just own it up like a man? Say I found her, own it up like a man. What do I do? So yeah, I just was freaked out. And
So when you say necessities and stuff like that, describe we were there, so we've seen everything. So describe the kitchen to me.
the what?
Kitchen.
It was
Fridge, cabinets.
yeah, it's cleaned out and everything. Just emptied out all the food and this and that. I don't know, just I didn't think of it wanted to spoil. I don't know, just.
You loaded it all into the car?
Not all of it, just some of it, you know, to take on the trip. The other stuff that would just been left around, just threw it away.
Into the trash can? There at the house?
Oh no, like one of the dumpsters around Pickwick and shit.
Okay. What about furniture,
Oh, no.
blankets, rugs,
No.
anything like that? Nothing with the living room rug?
Oh, like I said, like that, you know, shampooed it and everything, that's about it.
You shampooed it?
Yeah, because like I said, there was dog shit on it and everything.
And then what'd you do with it? Because it's gone.
Threw it away.
Where did you throw it?
Pretty much like the same, like dumpsters around Pickwick. Or the Circle K, the one on Sonoma.
By that car wash, back there behind the car wash? And you took her car? How did you get to her house?
What's it called? Well, they said we were staying together and everything, and it was actually, I went and hung out with some friends for a few days and everything, and with Bianca and everything, and then that's when we came back, and everything was just, the dogs didn't, like I said, it was all, the house smelled like shit and everything. Came back, her door was locked when it's never locked, and I unlocked it and everything, and because there was like a horrible kind of smell already happening, and then found her, and I just panicked and freaked. I didn't know what to do.
And what did you do? Tell me what you did. You opened the door to the house or to her bedroom?
Yeah, you know, get into the house,
Yeah.
and then the
you
door.
see her right away, right?
No, because her door to her room was locked. I started yelling like, "Mom, you good?" So for like 30 minutes, you know, I was like, "Oh, she's probably just in the shower or something." And then that's when I was like, Mom. So then I opened the door and everything, and then I started smelling something, and I walk in the room, and she's like, I see her in the shower, she's just there, I'm just like, what the f-? And then I just panicked. I didn't know what to do. Because, you know, living there, my fingerprints are everywhere. I just didn't know what to do. I just freaked the f*** out.
Okay. Describe what you did as far as cleaning other than walking down the counters and stuff like that.
You know, just cleaning everything, just, like I said, everything, you know, like say, yeah, wiping off some of the furniture with, like, you know, wet naps, you know, just cleaning the bathroom. It's really much.
So what you're telling me is you found her in the shower?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Nothing that I have is going to be indicative of her being put into the shower. Bro, I'm letting you either help yourself or dig yourself.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So, I wouldn't have questions if I didn't have an idea or an answer to what I'm asking you, if that makes sense. And here's the thing, if it was something more than what you're already saying, now's the time to do it. Now's the time to repent or confess, whatever it may be, but it can only get better for you, if that makes any sense. But I need the truth from you, you know? And we can always come back and say, hey, this is the first time he's been confronted with the information.
Honestly, a lot of what I said is true. You already know the holes and everything. It was getting really bad for her, like health-wise, everything. Alright, my stepfather, Chuck, he had a pension or whatever, big amount of money, alright. My mom was getting screwed around, she got scammed, alright. Got scammed out of $100,000, she wasn't even supposed to touch it. Her friend who's a lawyer and everything was telling her, like, why did she touch it, that she could actually face prison time and this and that. And like I said, her health was getting so bad and everything, like every day was just a battle. Every day, and I had to put up with so much shit. And just, so just one night, I was just sitting on the couch because she was like just screaming in pain. She was just so in pain. She was crying, she's yelling at me, not yelling at me, but she's just yelling out, what am I gonna do? How do I get this money back? Because she got screwed over so hard by this guy and like these scammers and shit, and she was like just freaking out so bad. And I'm like, how can I help? There's nothing I could do. So I don't even know the date. I just went in the room. I looked at her, I gave her a big old hug, and I strangled her to death. That's basically it.
How?
I hugged around her, and I just held her as tight as I could around her neck, just telling her I love her, and I'm so sorry for this, but it'll be better for you. It's going to be a lot worse for me, but it'll be better for you.
Okay, but like detail to me how you walked into the room,
I just walked
how
in.
you held her, where she was at.
She was just laying on the bed and everything. Sometimes, I always would have night terrors and stuff, so sometimes I would go in the room and lay next to her and stuff. So she was just laying on the bed like normal. And I laid with her, and then I don't know, all of a sudden it just happened. I don't know what, it just happened. It just happened.
Were you front or behind?
Like on the side like this, and I started doing it, and then she started freaking out, so then I had to really get in there and squeeze in her, and then finally when she
Passed.
she fell on the ground.
So were you standing or laying?
At that point, I was standing up, because once I got up and everything, she just fell over and stuff.
Okay. When you basically reached in to clutch her, you're both laying down on the bed? Is her back to you, or is her?
She was kind of like this, and I was on the side, and when she started freaking out, that's when I kind of got more on top of her, like that, just around the neck. So
more compression?
Yeah.
You think versus strength? I mean, you
Yeah, it was at first I got more like that, because I know probably the hand marks are there at first, but then more would start like that.
Do you have her more around the neck or around the upper chest area?
I would say more like that, in a sense. Because I know, I'm pretty sure it showed like my handprints are kind of pushed in or something.
Okay, so and this is what's kind of will help you along your lines. What's going through your mind at this moment?
All I'm thinking about that she's just going to be in a better place. That I've suffered so much in my life. What's another prison sentence? Because I was just sitting there next to her, just
So what was her response?
She was freaked out. Because, like, I was always telling her, I was like, I swear if she ever has to get sentenced, I'm gonna make sure she doesn't have to suffer that horrible fate.
So this 5 days that you're at the house, Bianca's aware of what's going on, correct?
Yeah,
And then you guys devised the idea to...
I did.
You did?
Everything was me. Everything.
When you load up the car, again, you take everything out. Again, the carpet was because of the dogs?
Yeah.
Or was there anything substantial to that?
No, I just cleaned it just because it was just to get rid of evidence.
So when you decide to finally leave, what do you do with your mom?
I thought maybe if I moved her into the shower, it would just look like as if she slipped and fell.
Okay. And then what else did you do? What additional stuff did you do after placing her in the shower? Door open or door closed?
I think I had the shower door open. I just kind of crinked the water a little bit. I walked out, and then I locked the door. Said I loved her one more time.
Did you do anything to her bedroom?
I just cleaned as much as I could.
Okay, describe the cleaning that you did.
Wiping down everything from the cabinets, bedspread, anything I could have had in my DNA, but it doesn't matter what it is, anything is always going to be found.
Other than wiping down, did you move stuff around? Did
No,
you
everything.
make the bed? Did you...
Nah, I think I made the bed, or not. No, I think I left it undone, like as if how she was sleeping on it.
Did you vacuum?
Yeah, like I said, I did everything. Vacuum, cleaned, tried to get as much as I could out. But I already knew it would already come back to me because they knew I was living with her and all that. Like, my brothers don't like me, her family doesn't like me. She was the only one that was ever on my side about everything, especially when the whole domestic violence shit happened. When I had that bipolar episode, and she still cared about me. In my heart, I really felt like I was doing was right. I mean, yeah, I could have just let her go on and on living and getting worse and worse. I just couldn't see it anymore. I just couldn't take it.
So what you're telling me, the physical stuff that you did is going to match physically what we have from the autopsy and everything, you believe?
Because I know at first I was like this and everything. She was moving, and then that's when I pulled it like that, as hard as I could.
What if I was to tell you that's not consistent?
What do you mean?
What if I was to tell you that?
Well, because I physically choked her and everything, and then like pushed more in, but kind of like pushing in.
So basically what I'm trying to do is basically you reaffirming what you're telling me happened is what I'm going to physically see.
Yeah.
Physically have seen already. There's been many variances. It's not going to come back and say, well, he started off lying. Now he's doing a lie.
Yeah, because like at first, when I was out in bed like this, and then on her like that, and then I started pushing, and then she woke up, and then started moving around, and I pushed her down more, and then started going like that, and then just really started pushing in like that. I don't know how much more else I can do, baby.
So you're saying approximately 5 days.
Back about 5 to a week before leaving.
Any alcohol, drug use during that period of time that you were there?
Oh yeah. Well, as you already know, I got caught up with a second-degree trafficking.
Yeah.
Use.
Okay.
When she falls off the bed.
She hit her head on the thing. On the
what?
end table. I think she hit her head on the end table.
Which end table?
Like so. The bed's here. End table's here. She has 2 end tables like that. Table like that. So once I got up and everything, she just tipped over. It was kind of like this. But then,
But she was face down on the carpet.
yeah.
So when you went into the room, she was laying down. When you walk into the room, right, she's laying down on the left side of the bed?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that where she normally slept?
Yeah, because Chuck would always sleep on the right.
And then that's when you go and lay down with her?
Yeah, for a moment. And then that's when I just hear it in her breathing as she's sleeping, just the pain.
Did she take a lot of medication?
Yeah, but none of them were for pain.
Okay.
Because like I said, these doctors are just horrible. They're just horrible.
How long was she was buried in Chuck, right?
No, they were prior to being engaged. They were engaged to get married. And
How
then,
long have they been together?
like 6 years.
Okay.
Like when my father was here and everything, when my father came back in my life, when I was in high school, he was staying with us, and then Mom met Chuck online, and when they really started dating, she moved in with him, and he offered for me to go and stay, and I said, nah, for once I'll let my mom chill and have a good time. That's when I put up with my father's abuse some more, and then all of a sudden one day, I couldn't take it anymore, and I called Chuck, and I was like, can I please come live with you guys? I can't take it.
What's your dad's name?
Jack Waller, but he's dead. He died from cirrhosis in the liver and cloud cough. We found that out about 2017 from, there's like a little chapel, I think it was like Mayhill or something like that he would go to. Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
When you went into the room, was it morning, night, afternoon, night?
Probably like around 12 o'clock. Because I thought maybe if I used the bag, it wouldn't show my handprint, so it wouldn't lead to me right away. But the more she fought, and when she freaked out that what I was trying to do, she screamed out, like, help me, Jesus, and everything. And I was like, if I leave now, she's definitely going to call him. That's attempted murder. So then I was like, just do it.
And that bag?
It was just like a black normal bag, like a trash bag.
A big hefty bag?
Yeah, like a big hefty one.
Okay.
But bitch was strong. She's always been a tough one. Oh, she's always been a tough one.
What did you do with that bag?
Like everything else, just threw it away.
Okay. You said you had to get Bianca to help you.
Yeah.
So when you moved her from the floor to the
It was just normally like that. Like I was like grabbed her wrist and just went like that. Put her in the shower. The ankles, and so when I put her in the shower and everything, I kind of put the bag on her face because I couldn't bear to look at it. So then, the day that we were to take off and everything, I went in the shower. I could already smell her, like just whatever. And then when I pulled the bag off, my hand was shaking so bad because like maggots were already forming. And then I kind of just sprayed her down with some chemical. I don't know which one it is. And then she turned on the faucet, and that was it.
Describe how she was laying in the shower.
Just like that.
Was she flat? Was she
Yeah,
just up?
like her head was a little bit against the back part, and it was just like that. With the lotion, like the conditioner bottle, that maybe she like was going in to turn on the water, then slipped and fell.
I appreciate you talking with us, and I appreciate you telling us what you've told us. Again, that's some stuff we're gonna go back and clarify and verify and whatnot, but, I hope everything you told us is consistent with what we have and what we're still finding out.
Yeah.
So, these are evolving things as they go. In the event that we have additional questions, you want to talk to us again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm already gonna do time, so this will just be another charge. But if you guys could put in a word, I would. I want to do federal.
Okay.
Because, pretty much I'm going to be doing federal, so, and then the prior charge that I have is with the state. I'm not a bad person. I'm not a bad person. In my heart, I really felt like I was doing something good for her. I really did. It was just the way that it had to be.
Yeah. All right. Any messages you want us to relay to anybody?
No, not everybody hates me. All my brothers, they never liked me. Her family doesn't like her. They don't like me. It's literally just been me and her. It's only been me and her.
And even as it's been between the two of you, it's...
She always, it was always just us. Like I said, especially with the whole restraining order. Because at the time too, when I had that one warrant, she couldn't take it off. It had to be more than like 3 years or something. And then I had another warrant, but she needed help a lot. I needed help too, so she would hide me and this and that,
It's just a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't have anything else. If we need to, we'll come back and talk to you.
Yeah.
All right. And then we'll call we gotta go back. We'll call the feds and the states.
Yeah. But if you really can't sign, I just hear that the feds are a lot better.
Yeah.
Like with programs, like I'm probably gonna be doing now that I've confessed to this, probably like what, 20 years or something. I'd rather at least be in federal doing something good, like getting degrees, and because I love to read and all that shit. So now that I've confessed and everything, I just would like a little help like that. Because I'm willing to do the time, I just don't want to do state. I don't want to do state time. I want to do federal. If you guys can somehow help me out like that.
We can mention that, we
We
can
can
mention
mention
that.
it, you know, obviously, any charge that we come up with is gonna be a state charge.
Yeah,
But we can, a lot of times we'll work stuff out,
yeah.
do concurrence or whatnot, so. Alrighty, any questions for us?
How did you guys hear? Like, how did you guys even get over there? Like, what happened?
Car, concerned neighbors, you were seen there,
Yeah.
so.
Wow. That wasn't too long even. You said the 21st?
Yeah, I
I
think it
think,
was the 21st that we got out there.
and I think it was like, was it the 8th? I know it was November. No, that was like just a week later. The 21st. That was just like a week
Yeah,
later.
there wasn't a huge gap of time, it might have even been less than a week from the time you left to the time we
That's
put Condor in there.
crazy.
So,
Alright.
and you know, we can't divulge everything.
Yeah, I gotcha. I know you can't say names and this like that.
Alrighty, we'll get you going, get you back up there, and then we'll kind of just kind of stand by for stuff. I know you got a hearing tomorrow,
Yeah.
and then what we talked about today it may affect what's gonna happen there tomorrow, so.
Yeah.
So. Alrighty. Any other questions for us?
Well, then, let's see if we can go back.
Did he just send you, or did he hold on to you, or what? Well, let's turn you over to somebody. You good to go?